Have you ever considered that the simple things you do every morning, like drinking coffee, taking a hot shower, or even rushing out the door, might be quietly harming your heart and brain? Many people believe that stroke only comes from aging or genetic conditions, but the truth is far more alarming. Those seemingly harmless morning habits may actually be the silent triggers that raise your stroke risk a little more each day. According to leading cardiologists, there are at least 7 common actions that secretly damage your blood vessels, disrupt healthy circulation, cause sudden spikes in blood pressure, and could set off an unexpected stroke. What's more concerning is that most people unknowingly engage in at least one of these risky habits every day. In today's video, we will reveal all 7 of these hidden enemies, explain why they are dangerous, and most importantly, show you how to change them to protect your health. Stay with us until the very end, because missing even one key detail could mean the difference between a strong, healthy morning or a life-altering emergency. Mistake 1. Sitting too long without movement. Have you ever wondered, what's wrong with just sitting to watch TV, read the paper, or scroll through my phone? The truth is, sitting for extended periods without moving is one of the silent contributors to heart attacks and strokes, especially for those over 60. The human body was not made to remain motionless for hours. When you sit too long, blood circulation slows down, particularly in the legs. Without the help of muscle movement like walking, blood tends to pool in the lower body, raising the risk of blood clots. If a clot travels to your brain, it can lead to a stroke. If it goes to your heart, it could cause a serious heart attack. And this is not rare. According to the CDC, nearly 800,000 people suffer a stroke each year in the United States, and lack of physical activity is among the top risk factors. And what about the heart? Even when you sit still, the heart must continue pumping blood through compressed vessels due to your static posture. Over time, this overworks the heart, leading to reduced cardiac function. In addition, inactivity often leads to elevated blood pressure, which damages blood vessels and contributes to plaque buildup. What many people don't realize is that even if you exercise for 30 minutes in the morning, that may not be enough to undo the damage of sitting still for 6 to 8 hours afterward. The Mayo Clinic confirms that people who sit for more than 8 hours a day have a 60% higher risk of heart disease, even if they exercise regularly. Sitting too long also weakens the body's ability to regulate blood sugar and cholesterol. Without active muscles, glucose in the blood is not used effectively, leading to higher blood sugar levels, which can damage blood vessels and strain the heart. The good news is you do not need a gym membership or intense workouts to make a difference. Simply standing up every 30 to 60 minutes, walking around the room, stretching your legs and arms, these simple actions can improve circulation. Set a reminder on your phone or stand up every time a commercial comes on. Even doing heel raises or gentle calf stretches while sitting can help. Every small effort reduces the burden on your heart, keeps your blood vessels flexible, and lowers your risk of stroke or heart attack. Think of it as a small investment with long-term returns for your heart. Mistake 2. Late night snacking. We just talked about the harm of sitting for hours, a habit that quietly stresses your heart. But what if, after a day of being inactive, you end the night with a snack right before bed? It may not seem like a big deal, but especially after age 60, late-night snacking is one of the most common habits that harms both your heart and your sleep, 2 critical factors in preventing strokes. Imagine this. Your blood flow has already slowed. Your heart has worked harder throughout the day. At night, your heart should be resting, but by eating late, your digestive system kicks in, requiring more blood flow. The heart keeps working, pumping blood to the stomach when it should be recovering. Digestion at night also reduces blood flow to the brain, raising the risk of transient ischemic attacks, mini strokes that often precede major ones. On top of that, heart rate and blood pressure naturally increase after eating. If this happens right before bed, you are entering sleep in a state of stress rather than recovery. And let's be honest, late-night snacks are rarely healthy. Cookies, chips, sugary treats, fast food. These spike blood sugar, disrupt insulin, and raise cortisol, your stress hormone. The result is poor sleep, more inflammation, and increased risk of arterial damage, plaque buildup, and blood clots. The very things that lead to heart attacks and strokes. So what is the better choice? Set a firm cutoff, no eating after 8 p.m., or at least 2 hours before bedtime. If you're really hungry, go for something light and easy to digest like apple slices, cucumber, or a cup of warm water without sugar. And just as important, prepare for sleep with calm, not calories. Read a book, stretch gently, or listen to soothing music. Avoiding late-night snacks is not just about sleep, it is about protecting your heart. Each night of deep rest is a chance for your heart to repair, your blood vessels to relax, and your body to wake up stronger and more energized. Mistake 3. Not drinking enough water. If late-night snacking keeps your heart from resting at night, then not drinking enough water throughout the day forces your heart to work harder during the daytime. Many people think, if I'm not thirsty, I don't need to drink water. But after age 60, your sense of thirst becomes less accurate. This means that by the time you feel thirsty, your body may already be dehydrated, and that directly affects your heart. Picture this. The blood in your body is a fluid that needs enough water to flow smoothly. But when you're dehydrated, your blood thickens like syrup instead of staying fluid like water. As a result, your heart has to contract more forcefully and more frequently to push blood throughout the body. Over time, this added strain wears the heart out, increases blood pressure, and raises the risk of forming blood clots, key contributors to heart attacks and strokes. A study from the National Institutes of Health found that older adults who drink too little water have a more than 60% higher risk of acute cardiovascular events compared to those who consistently stay hydrated. It may sound simple, but many of us forget to drink water or replace it with coffee, soda, or sugary tea, drinks that can actually dehydrate you further. So how can you tell if you're drinking enough? A quick tip is to check the color of your urine. If it's pale yellow or clear, you're likely hydrated. If it's dark and has a strong odor, you're probably dehydrated. The solution is simple. Carry a water bottle with you throughout the day. Aim to drink at least 1.5 to 2 liters daily, spread evenly from morning to evening. You can set reminders on your phone or pair drinking water with daily actions, after using the restroom, after meals, or whenever you stand up. If you find plain water bland, add a few slices of lemon, mint, or cucumber to give it a natural flavor without sugar. Stay away from sugary sports drinks, as they can raise blood sugar and worsen heart health. Mistake 4. Skipping morning stretching. We just talked about how dehydration stresses the heart during the day. But there's another key moment when your heart needs to be treated gently, right after waking up in the morning. Many older adults have a habit of springing out of bed, reaching for their phone, and rushing to start the day, forgetting that the heart and circulatory system can't jump into action instantly. After a night of rest, your circulation slows down to conserve energy. If you suddenly stand or move without warming up, your blood vessels haven't had time to adjust. This can lead to dizziness, drops in blood pressure, or sudden spikes, both of which are dangerous for the heart and brain. It's no surprise that the American Heart Association reports the highest rates of strokes and heart attacks in the early morning hours, just a few hours after waking. These events are often triggered by abrupt shifts in blood pressure, heart rate, and muscle tension. But the fix is easy. Just 2 or 3 minutes of gentle stretching right in bed can safely wake up the body. Start by reaching your arms up high, stretching them to the sides, slowly turning your neck left and right, gently shaking your feet, or pulling one knee at a time toward your chest. This allows blood vessels to expand gradually, improves circulation, and lets the heart adjust smoothly. It also helps loosen joints in the knees, back, and neck, reducing the risk of falls, a common hazard for older adults. If you tend to forget, place a small note beside your bed that says, "Start your day slowly, Slow doesn't mean weak, it means smart, giving your heart and blood vessels time to adjust and preventing the shock of suddenly switching from sleep to full activity. Mistake 5. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach. After gently waking up your body with a few stretches, many people immediately move on to the next familiar step of their morning, making a hot cup of coffee. For Americans, especially older adults, coffee has become an inseparable part of the morning routine. But there is one dangerous habit that many fall into, and that is drinking coffee on an empty stomach. At first glance, it may seem harmless. You might even think, I have been doing this my whole life and nothing has happened. But after the age of 60, your body's biological responses, particularly in the heart and digestive system, become more sensitive. Consuming caffeine without food can be much more harmful than you realize. When you drink coffee on an empty stomach, caffeine is absorbed into the bloodstream very quickly. This triggers the release of stress hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones make your heart beat faster, constrict your blood vessels, and raise your blood pressure. This is especially dangerous if you already have high blood pressure or heart disease. Caffeine also stimulates the sympathetic nervous system, giving you a temporary sense of alertness. But it forces your heart to work too hard too early in the day when your blood vessels are not yet fully flexible. The result is unnecessary strain on the heart, which over time can increase the risk of arrhythmias, heart fatigue, and stroke. On top of that, coffee on an empty stomach raises stomach acid, causing discomfort, heartburn, and over time gastritis or ulcers. Many people mistake these symptoms as simply part of aging, but in reality they often come from drinking coffee at the wrong time. The solution is simple. Eat something light before drinking coffee. You do not need a full breakfast right away. A slice of whole grain bread, a banana, or a few apple slices are enough to start the digestive system and slow caffeine absorption. This allows your heart to wake up more gradually and safely. Also pay attention to timing. Instead of drinking coffee immediately after waking, wait about 45 minutes to an hour. When your body has fully awakened from sleep and your morning blood pressure is no longer at its peak. A morning cup of coffee is not bad, but drinking it at the right time and in the right way allows you to enjoy its benefits without harming your heart. After the age of 60, gentle and steady care is the key to a long and healthy life. Mistake 6. Overlooking the quality of sleep. After starting your day with a properly timed cup of coffee, you may think, I am fine now. But heart health is not only shaped by your mornings, it actually begins the night before, with the quality of your sleep. Many older adults often complain, I sleep 7 hours, but I still wake up tired. The answer often lies not in the number of hours, but in the quality of sleep. And when you neglect sleep, by sleeping lightly, tossing and turning, or staying up late, it is your heart that suffers first. During deep sleep, your body enters recovery mode. The heart rate slows, blood pressure drops, blood vessels rest, and anti-inflammatory hormones are released. This is the crucial time when the heart and blood vessels repair the small damage accumulated during the day. But if your sleep is shallow or frequently interrupted, your body never fully reaches this recovery stage. Your heart continues working as if it were daytime, beating faster, under stress, and under constant pressure. Over time, this leads to nighttime hypertension, chronic vascular inflammation, and nearly doubles your risk of stroke, according to studies from Harvard and the Mayo Clinic. You may not realize it, but small habits like looking at your phone before bed, drinking coffee after 4 p.m., or keeping irregular sleep hours are quietly destroying your sleep. The blue light from screens slows melatonin production, the hormone that helps you fall asleep naturally. The result is tossing and turning, falling asleep late, and waking up exhausted the next morning. The solution for a healthier heart is not only in diet or exercise, but also in quality sleep. Set a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Turn off electronic devices at least 1 hour before bed. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. If you have trouble falling asleep, try reading. listening to soft music, or gentle stretching instead of forcing yourself to sleep. Remember, good sleep is the most powerful natural medicine for your heart. It costs nothing, has no side effects, and brings benefits every single day. If you truly want to prevent stroke and keep your heart strong after 60, start with one simple step. Give yourself a full, restful night of sleep. Mistake 7. Ignoring stress management. Even if you exercise lightly, eat well, get enough sleep, stay hydrated, and avoid late-night snacking, there is still one hidden factor that can silently damage your heart if left unchecked: chronic stress. No one can avoid stress completely. Even after retirement, when work is no longer a concern, older adults still face their own pressures, worrying about children, dealing with illness, coping with loneliness, or fearing they might become a burden to their family. If these emotions are not released in a healthy way, they build up day after day, creating a biological storm inside the body. When you are stressed, the brain instructs the body to release hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These make the heart beat faster, blood pressure rise, and blood vessels tighten. This was a survival mechanism for our ancestors when facing danger. But in today's world, stress no longer comes from wild animals. It comes from emails, bills, news, and constant underlying worries. Unlike our ancestors, we do not run or fight to release the tension. Instead, we sit still and keep it all inside. The result is that the heart works harder in silence, blood vessels remain under constant pressure, and the risk of plaque buildup and blood clots increases. According to the American Heart Association, psychological stress can double the risk of stroke, especially in adults over 60. Many people try to calm their emotions with sweets, coffee, or worse, alcohol, but these only provide a few minutes of relief while the heart continues to suffer damage. The sustainable solution is not to avoid stress entirely, but to change how you respond to it. Spend just 5 minutes each day on a restorative habit: deep breathing, a short walk outdoors, listening to your favorite music, or writing down what you are grateful for today. Here is one simple exercise you can try right now. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, then exhale slowly for a count of 6. Repeat this 5 times. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, calms the heart, relaxes blood vessels, and lowers blood pressure naturally. Stress will not kill you in a single night, but it erodes your heart silently, day after day, if you do not take control. The good news is, you absolutely can. It does not require medicine or special equipment, just a little time and consistency. After reviewing each of these common mistakes, from sitting too long, late-night snacking, dehydration, skipping morning stretches, drinking coffee on an empty stomach, poor sleep, to unmanaged stress, you may now see clearly that heart disease and stroke are not caused by age or genetics alone. More often, they come from the small choices we repeat every day. These choices, seemingly harmless, accumulate over the years and gradually weaken the heart. So press the subscribe button to join us here at Senior Health Guide and never miss our next videos. We share reliable, science-based health information from modern medicine, tailored for people over 60 living in the United States. Each video is a gentle reminder that your health is not left to chance. It is something you can actively build, one habit at a time, every day. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with your family, your friends, or anyone you want to live a long and healthy life with. Sometimes a single message at the right moment can completely change how someone cares for their own health. We wish you peace, energy, and a strong heart, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.